Welcome to another tutorial from the Army Painter Academy. Today we're diving into Combat Se7ens, curated 7-color paint sets developed by the insane hobbyists at the Army Painter to help gamers get new armies, factions, and warbands tabletop ready faster. At the Army Painter, we've always believed we're a gaming company that just happens to make paints. That mindset has given us the privilege to work across countless worlds, universes, and game systems alongside incredible partners like Infinity, Trench Crusade, Battletech, and many, many more. Combat Se7ens were built to remove the guesswork from starting a new force. Whether you're building your first army, expanding an existing collection, or preparing for a new edition of your favorite game, each set delivers 7 paints designed around iconic visual archetypes found across tabletop gaming. Today, we're focusing on Field Gear Green, a Combat Se7ens set crafted for disciplined infantry, industrial warfare, armored convoys, and campaign-hardened soldiers fighting across endless battlefields. Making this perfect for Astra Militarum and human auxiliary forces, trench fighters, resistance cells, planetary defense troops. I'm thinking Victoria miniatures regiments or hard sci-fi military factions. Any army built around discipline, endurance, and overwhelming manpower. This set focuses on practical military green shades, grounded neutral tones, worn metallic equipment, and fast, repeatable results across large armies. Set contains everything you need to begin painting a grounded military force, army, or warband. Just add matte black and matte white. Go ahead, leave a message in the comments. Let us know what army or faction you would paint using this Combat Se7. But for today's tutorial, we're painting one of the most iconic human military forces in all of tabletop gaming, an Astra Militarum or Imperial Guardsman from our friends at Games Workshop. We've begun with a primer coat of matte black from our color primer range to better showcase this painting process. However, if you wanted to save loads of time, try our 2-in-1 color primer leather brown. It will help you lay down these first colors with ease. It's a touch lighter, but a similar shade to what we're using for our first base coat of Tree Ancient. Our Warpaints Fanatic formula features industry-leading coverage and performance, but for these first base coats, we like to recommend applying in at least 2 thin coats for the most optimal results. We are using a layering brush for the first smooth base coats. This size 1 brush from our revamped Wargamer line features our new bionic bristle fiber designed to stand up to modern miniature paints. A great next brush after you've gotten your feet wet in the hobby a little bit, because they sit nicely between our red handle hobby brushes that are affordable daily drivers, and our Masterclass range, which includes only the best materials in the world for the most discerning miniature painters. The layering brush is great, as it's fine enough for the detailed areas, but large enough for the initial base coats that holds a decent amount of paint in the belly. And we're going to apply this very dark reddish brown to the core uniform of this guardsman. I'm going to follow that with an application of Great Hall Gray to the fatigues, leaving the Tree Ancient on the straps, boots, pouches, and other details. Now, a second thin coat would really help to establish this brighter, lighter color. Next, we're going to grab the Woodland Camo from the collection to block in all of our soldiers' armor, like the knee pads, shoulder pads, helmet, and weapon. Plate mail metal is deployed to base the metal details across this miniature. Be as neat as you can, as these guard infantry models are small with small details, but at this stage you can always go back and tidy things up if you spill over onto any previous layers. Using a smaller detail brush like we're using here will help a whole bunch. One thing you'll notice about our Combat Se7ens tutorials is that we bend the rules just a little bit by allowing the use of matte black and matte white, or John Black or John White if you're one of the lucky few at home who were able to find one at one of our events. Our thinking is simple. If you're picking up a new Combat Se7ens set for a fresh army project, chances are that you already have black and white paint somewhere on your desk, or at least a starter or even a mega set that already has these included. So for this tutorial, we'll mix a custom dark gray to build up areas we want to read as black with matte black and thunderous blue, which is found inside the set. If you already have paints like Ironclad Gray, Deep Gray, or Strap Gray in your collection, those could work here too. And now would be a really good time to go ahead and inspect your mini so you can clean up any overspill or details that you may have missed with the previous colors. That's because we're going to apply a unifying wash over the entire miniature using the strong tone wash found inside the set. Just apply this liberally over the entire model and let the deeper pigments work their way into the recesses for rich contrast and details. You're going to want to let that wash dry just a little bit, because once it has, we'll begin our first layered highlights. The wash stage darkens the base tone a bit, which makes using the base color ideal for your first highlights. You'll just apply it over the raised edges and larger planes on the surface of the mini, letting the wash sit in the shadows, starting with Great Hall Gray. We'll jump a bit to Camouflage Green, which is included in this set, and it makes a lot of sense. The development team really thought about the multiple applications of this set across multiple game systems and factions. Each 7 set was vetted against the most famous and even some of the least known factions from game systems and lore around the hobby. Drab and olive shades are so important, so 2 are included in the set to use for camouflage or basic layering on one of the feature colors of any human military force. Use this to apply highlights, edge highlights, and even add a bit of weathering to the hardened armor here. We'll continue with our layered highlights, this time with Tree Ancient on all of the brown bits. We'll mix in a bit of the Great Hall Gray from our wet palette to the brown for a secondary highlight to the leather, the pouches, straps, and the skin. Now with Pure Thunder's Blue, simply refine the edges on the black details like the boots, gun, and sheath, and you're just about ready to add this soldier amongst your ranks. But first, you're going to want to add some basic material and tufts from our Battlefields range to suit your army's setting and lore, and you're ready to face war on any front, whether that's the 41st Millennia, Panathor, or the 100 Kingdoms. With the Army Painter's Combat Se7ens collection, it's simple for you to start painting your first army or next army no matter the setting, system, or edition. Select Combat Se7ens are available at your friendly local game stores worldwide, with more 7s available and coming soon on our web store. Check out those and learn more about the Army Painter's full range of paints and accessories created by our passionate team of gamers and painters to keep your hobby fast, easy, and most importantly fun when you visit thearmypainter.com.